Let me show you one of my family's favorite potato and ground beef recipes. I like to add creamy sauce on top with cheese, and it is the perfect weeknight casserole. It's so good. I'm starting off with 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I'm going to melt that down. And this is going to create a roux once I add my 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I'm going to shake that into the pot with the melted butter. And I'm going to mix, stir, and cook this for about 1.5 to 2 minutes over a medium-low heat. I'm also going to add heavy cream. Typically, you'll want to add 2 cups of heavy cream into this. I only had 1.5 cups. I'm probably going to add something else to make up for that extra 1/2 cup, but 2 cups of heavy cream goes into this. Give it a good mix, continually stir until it thickens. Here I'm going to add salt to taste, just a pinch. And when I say salt to taste, you'll want to taste your sauce and then adjust to your preference. So I added Salvadorian sour cream. And if you want to try it this way, go for it because it tastes so good. Okay, see how it's thickened? So I'm just going to set this aside until I'm ready to use it. And the heat is already off. Here I have 90% lean ground beef to 10% fat. I'm going to be using 3 pounds of potatoes, 1 onion. Here I created taco seasoning blend. I'll put what I used in the description below, but honestly, just use an envelope or packet of taco seasoning mix from the store. It works. Okay, I'm also going to use 1.5 cups of beef broth. This is 1.5 cups of warm water, 1 tablespoon of Knorr beef bouillon powder. Here I have a cast iron skillet, a little bit of cooking oil because I'm working with lean ground beef, by the way. So I'm going to add that onion. It was like a small onion that I sliced, and I'm going to saute. So when it comes to cooking, when I'm busy, these 1 pan, 1 baking dish casseroles just works. So here I'm going to add some salt and just continue to saute that. And then what I'm going to do is push the onions to the side and add the ground beef. It goes right in. I'm also going to shake on the seasoning mix that I created, basically taco seasoning mix. And if you don't want taco seasoning flavor, season how you like. Okay, so I'm just going to speed things up, break it apart, and start cooking the ground beef. Eventually, I'm just going to mix everything in the pan and cook well. Once it has cooked through, I am going to shut off the heat and set it aside in a bowl. In the same pan, I'm going to add my potatoes. I just cut them into chunks this time. Typically, I like to just thinly slice them, but I just went for easy. I'm going to preheat my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And now I'm going to add the ground beef right on top. Essentially, I would like this to come out in layers, but if it all kind of like melds together and just becomes one, that's okay too, because it's the flavor that counts and it's really good. Okay, 1.5 cups of beef broth. I did not salt the potatoes because the beef broth has enough sodium. Okay, so just spread that out into a layer over the potatoes. And then remember that cream sauce? That's gonna go on top. And I'm just going to pour that right in the center, and then you just kind of spread that into a layer. I also want to mention that I sort of switched up or changed the potato to ground beef ratio because I wanted more potatoes. It kind of stretches the meal if you only have 1 pound of ground beef. So there's that. So just spread that out all over the top. It doesn't have to be perfect because once it sort of like bakes and cooks, it does kind of become one, but it tastes so good. Okay, now I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of low moisture shredded mozzarella cheese right on top. So I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil and I'm going to bake this covered for 1 hour and 15 minutes. So let me show you what this looks like when we took it out of the oven. First of all, you want to make sure the potatoes are cooked through. Potatoes, when they're chunky like that, take a while, so definitely a little over an hour. Okay, so I thought, ooh, this is going to be a nice little reveal, but let me show you what happened. Here we go. So you lift it, and everything stuck to the aluminum foil. So I'm going to scrape most of it off, and I'm going to have my husband put it right back under the broiler. Then after about like 3 minutes, it's nice and bubbly on top, and I'm burning my face. Okay, so you'll want to remove it out of the oven. Careful. And then it's ready to serve, or you can let it set, but we're hungry. So you probably could let this set for about 10 minutes, but I'm going to dig in. And again, is this like a stunner? Is this a showstopper like casserole? No. But guess what? It tastes so good. The potatoes are perfectly cooked through and creamy. The flavors go together so well. So there's that. I hope you give this a try. I hope you like it. And thanks for watching.